G'day everyone, Audi 555 here. Today I'm on the CF Moto 450 MT going on an off-road adventure. So it's pretty exciting. I'm out here in the wilderness hitting this dirt track and I'm going to take the bike over some sweet jumps. But before I do all of that, I want to just bring up a very important point, and it's about tyre pressures. Now, these wheels are the standard tyres on there. They're tubeless tyres, and they've got some pretty good grip on them. But going off-road, you can do a much better job with deflating the tyres. And for me, I find about 25 psi works a treat. So I've got my toolkit under here. And in here I've got a handy tyre deflator. These little tyre deflators are great. You set them up beforehand to the tyre pressure that you want, and they deflate your tyre to them. But there's no way to actually tell what the pressure of your tyre is. So they do take a little bit of finagling to get them at the right setup. Now both of my tyres are set to 25 psi, which is great for off-road. Now when it comes time to getting back on the road, I will be reinflating my tyres, and I'll do that at the end of the video using what is under here. It's a AUXITO pump. So this AUXITO pump, they actually sent this to me to review and make a video on, so this is the video. And I'm really looking forward to it. But you can see it fits underneath the seat on a CF Moto 450 MT. I've had to remove the standard toolkit, which is literally just here. But I'll give you an in-depth look underneath the seat when we get to our destination. Now that I've deflated those tyres, I've got a lot more grip. It does feel a lot more confidence-inspiring to have that extra bit of footprint on the ground. And you know what else gives you a bit more confidence off-road? Is turning the off-road mode on. There we go. Full clutch in, and geez, good. Bit of tyre spin there, that was fun. This bike is amazing. For a beginner bike, it really does hit a lot of boxes. And with the handlebar raises, I can finally grip the tank with my knees and stand up. It is a really amazing bike. Like, all of my beginnerisms that I've thrown at it, it just takes it up. It just swallows it in its tracks and along it goes. And there's so much torque in it that it doesn't really struggle for power. And at no stage have I just been riding around and gone, you know what, I wish I had a better bike. It's a really great bike in my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people out there would agree. My first tree jump there. I've never done anything like that before. That was so cool. Just gunned it and went over it. And with the tyre deflated, it's just so much more grippy, and it really just puts that back into the bike where you want it. So we've got the highway out there, and we're going to actually just head out that way and go and have a look at some more pine forests. Well, anyway, now that I'm back on the tarmac, 25 psi is just too little. I'd probably go maybe a minimum 28 psi on the tarmac, because any lower it's just too wobbly when you hit the twisties. So I'm really glad that I've got that pump underneath my seat. The team at AUXITO actually reached out to me and asked if I wanted one of these pumps for free, with the intent to review it in exchange for the product. And I actually took it out for a bit of a test the other day, and I was really blown away by it. So trust me when I say this is an unbiased opinion on the pump. And honestly, the fact that it fits underneath the seat on the 450 MT, if I was in the market to look for a pump, this is 100% the pump that I would buy, and certainly works brilliantly for the 450 MT. This is the shortcut, I think. Bye, motorbike! I'll say that, then I crash. This is mad. What a fun time. these jumps are pretty cool. They're not really jumps, but you know what I mean. Here's a good one. Here we go. Oh, jeez. I tell you what, it is absolutely fun doing these jumps. So this pump is underneath the seat, as I showed you at the start. It is really good. Look at it. It sits in a bag. I put it in this Ziploc bag just to keep the dust out of it, but it just sits here. This is where you'd normally put the tool roll. So by just taking the tool roll out of that spot, tucking it under here, and I'll just wedge it in with this first aid kit for now, but I am intending to make some straps to go across here. But, you know, for now, this is still holding up after all of those jumps. But this is it, team. This is the AUXITO pump that I've been talking about throughout the whole video. Like, it's phenomenal. It's got a tube, and the part where you attach it to your tyres, it comes with multiple different adapters for different types of inflation, and it does everything, really. It's a great piece of kit. It's actually got its own power source, so it's got batteries inside this, which you can charge up with this USB-C charging port. You just turn it on by holding this on button, and you just set the mode you want, like motorcycle, set the PSI you want to set it to, and just press start. That's how easy it is. And the fact that this fits underneath the seat is phenomenal. Space is everything when it comes to riding an adventure bike. You need to optimize the space for everything that you carry. And because space is such a premium, you want to have products that do multiple things. So this not only will pump up your tires, but it's got a flashlight built into it here. It actually has a flasher on it as well, if you get in any mischief, as well as a red SOS Morse code flashing light. But that's a great thing. And this bit here is your USB charging port. So you could charge your cameras off that, your phone off that, everything that you can just charge off a regular 2 amp USB charger, you could just plug in and charge it. And now that I'm going out there on the highway, I'll just need to dial in the PSI. So I like to ride with 35 PSI. So you just screw it in, and it tells you what your PSI is. So currently I've got 24 PSI on the tyre, and then you hit the on button and it will pump up the tyre. You can also do bicycle tyres, balls, customized setting, as well as cars. So it will inflate car tyres. It won't do truck tyres, but it does everything else. But the motorcycle one is great for the motorcycle because it kind of, with all the different modes, it just limits how much PSI you can pump in. So if you fat finger it or something, as long as you got it in the right mode, you're going to be okay. Well, that's my theory anyway. So it's super easy to use, and it just pumps up, and it really does not take long. So it'll inflate your tyre up in less time it would take you to put some motocross boots on. It's a really well thought out pump, and the battery in this lasts a long time. Just get this wheel. Same process for the rear, you just put it on. And again, this is a really simple, easy process. Just set it and forget it. I can stick this up here if I wanted to, and it will then just sit there inflating. It's probably not the best to put the pump on the dirt because you're going to suck all of that dust into it. But, you know, you just put it on the tyre or just hold it. And the short amount of time that it takes to inflate the tyre, even just crouching down holding it, it's not a real big deal. I've got a pump for my other bike, but on that pump you've got to connect it to the battery terminals on the motorcycle, which means you then have to run your motorcycle at the same time as inflating your tyre. So you're down here doing all of your tyre inflation, and you got all the exhaust blowing into your face. It's a bit annoying, and then it doesn't shut off automatically, so you've got to watch the analog dial. So it's a pretty tricky pump to do when compared to this thing. Like, this is really a game changer. There we go. It's done what it's supposed to do. and it automatically switched off at 35 psi. So both tyres are done now, so you just switch it off. Off. How good is that? Put it in the bag, put the tube with it, do the drawstring, stick it in some dust protection, and it just sits in like this. Straight away, in, no hassle, goes in. So this is the website with the pump on it. It's $80. It's on special at the moment. And I do have a coupon if you want to use my referral link, which will give me a small commission. So feel free to use that if you choose to. That's the AUXITO A301 pump. And even though they actually sent me this and I didn't pay a cent for it, purely just to do this review, I highly recommend it. And if I didn't get sent this pump, I'll put my hand on my heart and say I would have 100% buy it, knowing that it fits underneath the seat on a 450 MT. And that multifunctional capability is just really great to see on a pump. Well, that's it for today's off-roading adventure. As usual, keep safe out there on the road. Stay on two wheels and not on your head. Enjoy those sweet jumps whilst you can out there, because every day is a new day for you to live. And I'll see you all next time. Laters!